you exactly how AI is already a practical, money-making tool that businesses are using. Let's dive in. So just think about this for a second. Every single business deals with this problem. A new customer reaches out, they're excited, they're ready to go, and they get stuck waiting. And that delay, it's not just an inconvenience. It's a direct hit to your bottom line. It's this massive, quiet bottleneck where potential revenue just slips right through your fingers. And I mean, just look at the difference here. On the one hand, you've got the old manual way, slow, inconsistent, and honestly really expensive in terms of people's time. And on the other hand, you've got the AI workflow. We're talking responses in seconds, totally consistent quality, and a way lower operational cost. It's a total game changer for efficiency. So, how do we actually make that leap? Well, the best way to wrap your head around the solution isn't to think about some crazy complex algorithm. It's much simpler. Think of it like hiring a new team member. So, let's meet your new digital worker. So, what is this digital worker? We call it an AI agent workflow. And look, this isn't some new app you have to log into. It's an agent that gets embedded right inside the way you already do things, like in your sales or support process. It takes in information, it makes a decision, and then it actually does something. It moves the work forward. Now, this is a really important point. This is not just a glorified chatbot. Think about it. A chatbot just kind of sits there. It's passive. It waits for you to ask it a question. An AI agent workflow? No, it's an active worker. It's always on, constantly receiving information from your systems, and it's built to handle complex tasks with multiple steps all on its own. Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty. How does this digital worker actually, work? Let's use that classic example of handling a brand new sales lead to see how it all plays out. So check this out. The moment a lead comes in from an email or a web form, the digital worker is on it. And it's not just scanning for keywords like some old school tool. It's actually reading and understanding the intent, the urgency, even picking up on budget signals. Then it qualifies that lead against your specific business rules, and here's the key part. It acts on it. And this right here, this is the secret sauce that makes it so smart. The system isn't rigid, it's not just black and white. It knows it's making an educated guess, a probabilistic decision. It works with confidence levels, which is what makes it both incredibly intelligent and, more importantly, safe to use in a real business. And this is where that smart, nuanced thinking really shines. If the lead is a perfect fit, boom, a personalized email goes out, a meeting gets suggested, and the whole thing is logged in your CRM automatically. If it's a little unclear, it sends a targeted question to get more info. And this is critical. If the AI just isn't sure, it doesn't guess. It flags it and sends it right over to a human for a final judgment call. Okay, the tech is cool for sure, but let's talk about what really matters: money. What is the real measurable return on investment here? First off, the speed is it's staggering. We are talking about a 95% reduction in the time it takes to respond to a new lead. Seriously, think about that. A process that took your team hours, maybe even days, it's now done in seconds. And as you know, in sales, that kind of speed is everything. It's the difference between winning a deal and losing out to your competitor. And that speed, it leads directly to more revenue. It's simple. When you give an interested customer a fast, smart, personalized response, you're far more likely to win their business. We're seeing companies using these exact workflows boost their lead conversion rates by 20% or even more. They're just capturing all that opportunity that used to go cold. So when you add it all up, the math is pretty simple. The workflow more than pays for itself. You're making more money from higher conversions, and you're saving money by automating all those repetitive tasks. The business case is direct, it's clear, and it's incredibly compelling. Okay, let's switch hats for a second. Let's say you're the executive, or maybe you're the one who has to go pitch this to your boss. How should you be thinking about it? It's not about buying AI. It's about buying a solution to a very real business problem you already have. Look, any boss, any executive, they're going to boil it down to these 4 basic questions. 1, what's the ROI? Show me the money. 2, how do we know we can trust this, and how do we manage the risk? 3, does it play nice with the software we already use? And 4, is the price fair? Your answers to these 4 questions will make or break the whole project. And let's talk about that last point, pricing, because this is super important. These abstract models, like paying per token or per message, they're confusing. They feel unpredictable, and it's hard to budget for them. But a value-aligned model, where you pay a flat fee for the workflow or maybe a fee based on its performance, now that makes sense. The cost is tied directly to the value it's creating for you. So when you step back and look at the whole picture, you start to realize this isn't just another piece of software we're talking about. This is a fundamental change in how businesses are going to operate. And look, let's be absolutely crystal clear about one thing. The goal here is not to replace people. That's the biggest misconception out there. The real point of all this is to make your human team even better. It's about automating all that tedious, repetitive triage work so that your people can focus on the high-value stuff, the strategic thinking, the creative problem-solving, the things that require real human judgment. And that's really the end game here. When you do this right, people stop thinking about it as the AI. It just becomes part of the plumbing. It becomes essential infrastructure, just like your email or your CRM, something the business just relies on to work. So I'll leave you with this to think about. What's that one process in your business right now that's just crying out for a digital worker? Where is that hidden bottleneck that if you could just automate it, could completely transform how you operate?